Hey, what's up? I want to talk about the time when I almost got robbed. Now, in this video clip, it actually happened on this day. I was walking down the street getting ready to basically go to the store. And I wanted to go to the store because I needed to put money on my bus card. At the time, I was using my sister's bus pass, which was a reduced fare card. And you're not allowed to use somebody else's bus card because it has their picture on it. You get caught, the bus driver will confiscate the card. I didn't want that to happen. So I basically wanted to get into the habit of walking to the store and putting money on my card. So that's the reason I was out there. I didn't have to walk, but I chose to. Also, it was early in the morning, around 7. And as you can see, the streets are damp. It's dead out there. It was during spring break because I didn't see any kids outside of the school over there. And I had passed up like some park district guys who was working. They had on like lime green outfits, and a female who was taking her son somewhere, not to school. She was like waiting at the bus stop. So those was like the only people out. So of course you assume it's safe. So I'm walking, right? And I'm just kind of got my phone out recording stuff, and I see this dude approaching me. He got on like a gray and black outfit, and I think he had on a Hoyas jacket. I know Hoyas is not gray, but I think it was Hoya. Hoyas is like a played out company from like back in the 90s. So it could be assumed that this dude is broke. I don't know. But walking towards this dude, he walking towards me. So I put my phone down, pretending to text, because I don't like looking at people. You never want to lock eyes with people because some people take that as a form of aggression and will react to it. So what I like to do is kind of like keep my eyes to myself or keep my eyes on my device. But the moment I pass up this dude, he stops, started looking at me. I can see it out the corner of my eye. He rummaging through his jacket, and I'm like, okay, what is this dude on? About 5 seconds after he stopped, he started walking behind me, started following me. I'm like, okay, so I turned my head around just to kind of acknowledge him, and then turn my head forward. Kept on walking. He's still following. So by this time, of course, I'm walking a little bit faster. Now I see this bus standing right there, just right there. It was like it was calling my name. I'm like, you know what? Let me get on this bus. So I decided to get on there, and I used my sister's bus pass. Bus driver didn't say anything. While I'm proceeding to go to the back, I look back, and I see the dude stop and turn around. Like the moment I get on the bus, he turns around and start walking the original path that he was on before. So basically, the direction he's walking on this picture, he started walking in that path again. I'm like, what was that about? Now, I could simply be, prejudgmental, right? He could have been, he could have forgot something at his house and simply turned around. He could have, maybe he thought he knew me and wanted to say something to me, maybe ask me for $1. You understand? It could have been any reason why he coincidentally turned around and started following me, and basically turned back around. But the only reason I'm thinking that he might have been trying to rob me is because he was rummaging through his coat. Is because the moment he passed me, he stopped. I had my phone in my hand. You never know. Maybe he wanted to take my phone. And when I get on a bus, he basically started going in the same direction he was traveling. Right now, you know, a lot of times I would cross on the other side of the street when I see a perceived threat because this dude didn't really look like a thug. He looked like he could have been like a cross between a thug and a square, right? And sometimes those are the worst people to be around because you never know what they're about. And you know, I have no problem with crossing on the other side of the street, especially right now since the street is like dead. There's nobody out there. Really would have been real easy. And sometimes when people see you doing that, they'll say, "Man, you being prejudgmental." Sometimes people will verbally say, "Man, we weren't gonna do nothing to you." And if a person is on something, meaning that they want to rob you or want to perform or do a violent act, then they will actually cross on the other side of the street with you. I never had that happen before. Only maybe one time when I got jumped or whatever. But yeah, so they, you know, people don't like to be prejudged, right? And but you got to protect yourself at the same time. Back in the day, the projects used to be over there, but they're torn down and the area is all built up. So although it's a different vibe over there, you still got some some thugs, some gangsters over there, or whatever. So that's my story about getting robbed. Now let me go ahead and give you a few pointers on how to avoid getting robbed, because I've been robbed multiple times, man. And I'm actually gonna do a large or a long Chicago video showing street shots like this and talking about some of the areas I used to go to and then, tell stories or whatever. But from what I experienced, you want to basically keep your valuable items out of your hands. Because a person who's trying to rob someone, they are looking at what's in your hands. Phones, tablets, all that stuff can be snatched from you and sold for money on the black market. At certain beauty supply stores that'll buy these devices and stuff like that, man. You also want to look out for the people who look like, they're alert, like they own something, but they look subtle at the same time, like they trying to pretend to be normal. Of course, if someone following you, then you need to be able to or be willing to switch your route at the drop of a hat, like I did. Now, even if I didn't have my sister's bus card, I would have still got on that bus and, what I'm saying, um, swipe my bus card. It would have said invalid, and I would have been pretending to look for some money. Or I probably would have even told the bus driver, like, hey, this guy's following me. Can I just stay on here just for 1 minute? I'm not going to ride or anything like that. I could have said that and wait till the dude turned around. There's a bunch of ways I could have done it. But me personally, I like to stay on main streets anyway, because you got a less chance of getting robbed on the main street than you do like on the side street. But this happened on the main street, as you can see. Of course, crossing on the other side of the street is an option. Yeah. And sometimes when you get ready to walk past people, I was gonna say you could try to look tough like so, but the way I look now, like on my way to work or homeless in some people's eyes, it didn't even matter to the dude. Try to look tough. Don't mean mug them like you got a problem with them, but just kind of like look down, like you just in your own head, like something that's wrong with you, like you're just going through a lot of things in life. The way a major city like this is people like to see you sad. They don't like to see you happy or content. For some reason, there's a driving force in some folks to see you sad. So when you look sad, you basically fit their criteria and they feel comfortable with that. So, that's another pointer. But I just wanted to tell this story to let y'all know, what happened. And like I said, the reason why I was even out there at the time was because of the bus card. But another reason is because I used to go to this internet chat room all the time and waste a lot of time just BSing around in there. And I wanted to basically become productive and go to the library every day. So that's the reason why I wanted to get in the habit of putting money on my card and, just going outside or whatever. But that situation scared me enough that I just decided not to do it. Like me, I take heed to signs like that, and I will change my route or my mind at the drop of a hat. That's why I don't like traveling to certain places with other people, because sometimes I do change my mind, like the weather, just automatically. And for various reasons, I'll listen to my intuition or whatever. And I know, if you have a set plan, especially when you got other folks tagging along, then you got to abide by that plan regardless on what you feel. So yeah. So I just wanted to give y'all those pointers, man. Thank you for listening. I'm also going to write a book later called How to Stay Safe in the Streets, or How to Stay Safe in Chicago. If it's not in the description box right now, check back a couple of months from now. It's going to be there. All right. Thank you for listening. Peace.